welcome to the Heroes Live release party event here with you guys. I'm Daniel Quigley from Don't Make a Weird podcast, and I'm out here with Dina S, Sean, producer Sean. I can't even say words. I'm so nervous right now. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Dina, where are you, buddy? I need you. Dina S.
That was horrible. How did you mess up the simplest intro?
Because I'm Ron Burgundy, and no one gave me a Ron Burgundy intro for this one.
Oh my god, okay. We're doing this. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah, we're doing
My body
good.
is ready. Okay.
Man, you're looking good today. You got your gold dress on, feeling mighty fine. Okay.
Should have been a red carpet here, but that's fine. I'll work without it.
You bring all the class to the show, Dina. This is what we need.
Thank you.
So again, we're here for the Heroes live release party, the anthology you guys have all been waiting for. I'm Daniel Quigley. This is Dina S. We're with the Don't Make It Weird podcast, and we're gonna be hanging out here all night with you guys. And we've got
all night, bitch. I got a bedtime.
No, all night. We promised the people all night, Dina.
We go all night. Okay.
All night long. All right. And we've got the co-creators here. We've got Chad Ryan in studio chatting with you live. We've got Ashley Hutchison, the queen herself. What's up, Ashley?
Hey, how are you?
Oh my god, I'm doing good. I like your little hair thing you got going on here. You're rocking little Guns N' Roses. I mean, you're looking like you're ready for this action today.
Oh, I'm always ready.
Born ready. And we've got the hardest working man in the game, producer Sean, back here. My mom's already chatting with us, guys, so make sure to embarrass me at all times. I'll just start out like I do every episode saying, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry.
You tried your best, Corley. We still love him.
And I appreciate that. And man, I'm so excited. We've got so many authors that are going to be here, and we're going to be chatting with them all tonight. I mean, this is probably the most that we've had from an anthology so far, right? In terms of showing up for our live event?
I think so. I don't know. I black out every time we go live. I have no idea what happens.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nothing.
That's why you and me are going to get interviewed at the end, because we're both in this book, Dina. We're about to be published authors for the first time.
Oh
let it sink in.
Yeah, just let it happen.
Nope. Okay.
And man, there's gonna be so many things. We're gonna be having giveaways all evening for you guys that stick around. And on top of that, Dina, I don't know if you know this, but I just heard a little rumor that Lost Boys is about to be throw down a huge sale on all of their merch today.
Yes.
So guys, in honor of the Heroes Anthology release, which is coming out March 31st, if you guys use the promo code HEROES, domestic U.S. buyers only will receive 25% off on all remaining stock of paperbacks, one per customer.
Select paperbacks, Daniel. Read the fucking script.
It says select. It does not.
Yeah, and you didn't say select. It is not all paperbacks.
It says all remaining stock of paperbacks.
Of select paperbacks.
No,
Do you
select is not select.
It is on my screen.
I'm highlighting it, Dina. I'm highlighting it. It does not say select. What
Daniel,
I got on
are you on the studio screen right now? It says select.
Oh, Dina.
Oh my god.
Dina. You beautiful,
the audience
beautiful
should know
goddess.
that they shouldn't listen to him.
Yeah, but I'm right and she's wrong in this. It's fine. But guys, use the promo code HEROES. You can look at Not Meant for Each Other, A Garden of the Golden Children, A Map to the Stars, Ghost River, Chimera. And guys, there's just nothing but winners here for you guys to check out. So we hope you guys get on board with us. And, why don't you tell folks a little bit about this new project that's coming out? Why don't you give them a little tease, a little tickle about the brief description of Heroes?
Thank you for reading that for me, Daniel. So a brief description of Heroes.
A brief description.
Remaining true to their origins, this collection features 14 reimagined sagas of courage, strength, ingenuity, and most importantly, hope. And it can be found on Amazon, Lost Boys Press Bookstore, and any other major bookstore retailers, etc. Ashley, did you want to add anything about that?
No, I think you're good, and you know that I don't do the blurbs and the branch.
I was just gonna say, are you excited about it? Tell us about Heroes a little bit.
God,
don't do a blurb, but just tell us if you're excited and all that.
I'm incredibly excited. It was the first time that I got to work with editors, so I wasn't doing this solo, and I owe a great deal to them, to Brett, to Brennan, and to Emily, who helped me bring this to life. So I'm excited for them to get, to see their names on stuff as much as I am for the contributors, especially you two, since this is your first time being published.
Yeah.
That's why I'm drinking a lot tonight, guys. It's gonna be good. So talk to us about how this all came together, Ashley, because this is always your baby. Coming up with these concepts for these anthologies, and what made you want to get this theme out there, to hear these reimagined stories?
Well, originally the idea was something much different. It was going to be epics, and I was going to have people write these heroic tales in epic format. So I'm sure that would have been really frustrating for a lot of people. And I rethought that and decided to go with retellings and reimaginings, because I just loved the idea of heroes, and I especially wanted and hoped to see some that I wasn't familiar with, which I did. That did not disappoint.
Shout out, Daniel.
Yeah.
Listen, no one knows my hero. I didn't know my hero before we got there.
Yeah, yours, I had to, when yours came in, I definitely had to do some research on it to make sure that, what you were doing was correct.
Yeah, that wasn't just making up a hero.
Yeah, no, because I did see some superhero submissions too, but yeah, I was like, okay, Daniel, let's just see what you got. I was spent my night Googling G-Gong, so thank you for that.
Happy to help. But so I mean, talk to us a little bit about this process, because I know that it's crazy, and every time you guys have done an anthology, you're getting more and more submissions in. The competition's getting harder, and kind of what were some of the things from just overall these stories that set them apart, that said, man, I want to go and publish these?
I think the ones that you see, at least in my opinion, what I saw, had this just leaned into these very human instincts and elements that I loved so much. Whether, even if it was comedic or serious or not, it felt very human and real, even if it was set off world. So I loved that about them. And if you'll notice as you read them, once everybody gets to read them, I ordered them to look like a spectrum. So, at the start, you kind of are set in a very unfamiliar setting. And then as you get towards the center, you find more and more familiar elements. And then as you get further back, you start to get farther and farther away from those familiar elements again.
Yeah, and I think that's a really unique way that you kind of put it all together. It's kind of like, no one makes mixtapes anymore, but this feels like how you get a good mixtape going.
Oh,
but
it kind of does.
Mm-hmm. Greatest hits.
I just liked being able to read them with the time, and how it was all set up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dina, what do you say? Do you want to hop in here? We got some authors to chat with, man.
We do. Are you ready?
Right. Yeah, let's do this.
I don't know if
Up first, we're bringing back the legend himself, the three-peat champion, who's been in every Lost Boys anthology. He wrote the book Robin the Hood. This is my man, Stephen Howard. What's going on, buddy?
All good, Dan. How are you? You all right, Dina?
Hey.
Hey, so all right, so are you in a good place to make weird noises? Is the sound?
Wait, hold on. Wait, I want to address something.
Yeah.
Address something real quick. Just, I know that we don't have a lot of time, but last episode, or not last episode, last live event that you were here, Stephen, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh.
Because you literally proposed to your fiance the day after, when you could have done it on
our show.
I wanted to see it. Okay, yeah. That would have been really cute.
Well, that would have been live, right, in front of other people.
Yeah, it would have been like,
this, and
it was a high risk. Yeah, okay.
Pressure
fair.
Regardless. I thought I'm not going to add any more to that. Yeah.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do, Stephen. I need a promise from you here and now, right this second.
Okay.
If you guys choose to have kids, your baby announcement needs to be live on one of our broadcasts.
Yeah, It's a bit late for that one.
Yeah, she's
Damn
already
it.
pregnant, buddy.
Yeah, we're like it's like 7 months along.
Yeah, I was pretty sure she was already pregnant, but I didn't want to be like, oh my god. Okay.
Well, whatever. I'm sorry I'm not as up to date in your life. All right, Dina, let's get rolling on the questions, man.
Alrighty. Am I going on the first question, Daniel?
Oh, yeah, you are.
Okay, sounds good. Steven, did you already have a story in mind before the prompt was released, or did it come to you afterwards? Did you use any characters from other books that you've previously written, things like that?
I didn't have anything in mind. I pretty much just I saw the prompt and I went onto Wikipedia and just trolled through a list of legends and myths and waited until one kind of popped out. But when I got to Robin Hood, I thought, well, I know the story pretty well already. Robin Hood, the Disney Robin Hood was like my favorite Disney film as a kid as well. So I was like, right,
Yes.
well, yeah, I got to do this. So even though these are all humans in the book, I'm half picturing a fox whilst I'm writing it anyway. But
So
yeah.
he could have been a fox, is what you're saying.
It could have been a fox. It could have been, but I think
That's canon now.
Yeah, if I tried to like steal from Disney, I feel like we'd all be in a lot of trouble. So
yeah,
had to avoid that.
Yeah, we would have a serious bone to pick with you if you did that to us. Thank you.
Only thing that's stopping me from writing about Jar Jar Binks, man. I feel you.
Oh my god.
All right, so one of the things that I thought was really interesting about your story, because I'm gonna go off script here a little bit, is that you picked a very unique style. You didn't go with like a traditional narrative style. Like it almost felt like it was like we were hearing a director giving out the instructions about the story that was going on. It was freaking slick and cool as hell. Talk to us about that choice and kind of going with such a unique format.
Well, I think so I ended up mashing up a few different genres with kind of being like a space western based on a legend / myth. So, and throughout, it's kind of it's not a story that most people are unfamiliar with. So throughout, I wanted it to be quite humorous, and I kind of wanted to have little winks and lots of moments where people are sort of going to smile and go, "Oh yeah, I see what you did there." So I thought I wanted it to have that kind of self-awareness, almost like in TV when they break the fourth wall, and like in The Office where they kind of go.
That's exactly what it was.
Staring at the camera. Yep.
Pretty much. So yeah. So I knew that there wasn't going to be any sort of twists and turns in terms of plot that were going to be massive, but so it was all about kind of style and aesthetic. So that was kind of why I decided to steer into that as strongly as I did.
Good.
Yeah, like I said, cool as hell, man. That's like the slick.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Damn, I'm rethinking some things. Okay. So usually when we think of like heroes and myths, legends, things like that, you've got this overall theme of hope, basically, and overcoming, great adversity, things like that. So did you try to keep that in mind along with what you just previously mentioned, or was it just kind of out of your head and you were just focused on these characters?
I didn't specifically have like sort of hope and adversity in mind as I went along, not like consciously, but obviously they're kind of like baked into the general story idea anyway. But I tried to lean into more of the kind of like revolution, sort of facing off against empire and sort of the social conditions with Robin Hood, like one of the more famous lines being stealing from the rich to give to the poor. So I tried to kind of lean into that kind of underground rumblings against a larger force, but with that you kind of tied into things like hope and facing adversity. But Robin at the same time was kind of he's a privileged person, so it's almost like he's come from a lack of adversity and sort of thrown himself into the mix as well. So there's a few things going on, I suppose.
And like I said, I love it, man. This is listen, all the stories in this anthology are bangers. I can't pick one that's a favorite, but man, like it's up there, buddy. It's up there. It was such a good story. And for the folks that have been here, that have seen our interviews with Steven in the past, we have a grand tradition, and I know you're ready for this, Steven. I make him
Hold
make
on, because
weird sounds.
I wanted vengeance for last time too, so this isn't. I'm gonna fight you over this one, Daniel.
Okay, just
I wanted the off the wall question.
We can have both.
Am I getting 2 wildcard questions?
You're getting 2.
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, I've actually prepared a list of wildcard answers as well, so I'm actually.
You could be just picked everything.
He knows us too well.
Yeah.
All right. Can I go first, Dina?
Cool.
Actually, I'd like to go first.
Oh, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I would like to go. Actually, you know what, Daniel, you can go first.
Oh, thank you, Dina. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
So, Stephen, periodically in the story, we get some musical compositions that show up in this story. We get, the happy music, the romantic music. And in our first taste of this is the line says, "This is where the Morricone kicks in, lets you know he's the hero." What's that sound like, Stephen?
Okay. I can never do this in tune. So. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. There you go.
Yes, Stephen steps up to the plate and knocks it out again. My man.
That's good. Okay, wait. I needed redemption though because last time I accidentally asked you a repeat question. So now I've got to be like prepared because I don't want to know your favorite form of potato. I don't care about your favorite form of potato anymore. I want to know
Still
what your
smarting
favorite.
about that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty bitter about it. I can't believe I did that. So, I want to know your favorite form of pickle.
On Big Macs. Gherkins on Big Macs.
Gherkins,
That's pickle, right? That's
Dina.
pickle.
Listen. I still say it's Jerkins. It's
Not,
fine.
it's not a Jerkin.
It's
All
gotta
right.
be Jerkins.
Stephen, thank you so much for hanging out. And guys, if
Yeah,
you
thanks
stick
for having me.
around with us, Stephen will come back with some Q&As at the end. Again, check out his story, Robin the Hood, in the Heroes Anthology. We'll see you in a little bit, buddy.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Up next, we've
Wait.
got... What?
Up
Oh.
next, we have a giveaway.
Yes, we do. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah, we can,
Yes.
buddy.
Excellent. So if you guys want a chance to win a paperback copy of Heroes, right now head over to Lost Boys Press on Twitter. Quote tweet their last Twitter. I can't speak, you guys.
It happened to me,
You're
too.
doing really good. You're still pretty.
Quote tweet the latest Lost Boys Press tweet and add the keyword RISE for your chance to win a paperback copy of Heroes.
Woo! Get on out there. Get that glory. I apologize in advance for anyone who has to read my story in there. All right, man. But you know whose story
Talking
no
to
one's
Mike.
going to regret? We've got Laura J. McLoughlin and her story, Cuchulainn, who I hope to God it's called The Envoy. It's about Cuchulainn. I hope to God I got this right. Hi, Laura.
Hi, how are you guys?
Oh my God. First, tell
Good.
me,
How are you?
did I pronounce your hero right?
Do you know, it's kind of funny because everyone in Ireland would say Cuchulainn, but I know that online and in different YouTube videos and stuff, it is definitely Cuchulainn. But yeah, I would say Cuchulainn. Will not think about it. I think Irish words and names are always a bit awkward.
They're very,
I just
very
got
awkward.
more confused now. I'm so sorry.
No,
Oh my
dude,
God,
you're
Jenna.
grand.
Man, we're so excited to have you on here. This is our first time getting to hang out with you. And man, your story was incredible. So did you already have a story idea in mind before the prompt was released, or did you come up with it afterwards?
No, definitely the prompt. Saw it online, thought it was a really cool way to kind of come up with a story. It normally wouldn't be my way of coming up with stories at all. So it was really cool to sort of go into that with like a bit of a structure sort of already in place. And from there just kind of did a little bit of research. And I think I started with more like the Greek myths because I think they're very like iconic until I kind of circled back and settled on a little Irish myth. I just thought it would be fun to like have a little bit more of where I'm from, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, I love Irish mythology. As soon as I saw it on here, I was so excited that we got to see one on here, man. It was awesome.
Oh, cool.
I was very glad for it because I figured that almost everybody would be doing Greek mythology, and it was good to see that. I remember I had a conversation with Dewi about. I was like, "We have Irish myths in here. Oh my god!" But that being said, how did you feel having to write a character that a lot of people, probably haven't heard of? How did you try to stay true to the legend versus, having like that creative freedom?
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a lot of pros and cons with it. Like it's definitely a little bit nerve-wracking, like you said, if people aren't really that familiar with it and you want to do it justice and get the heart of the story, like rather than and like not mess it up and stuff like that. But I guess it's nice to have a bit of a blank slate at the same time. There's not the same sort of place for comparison with some other like myths and stuff like that. Like there's not a whole load of other retellings. So you're not like, oh, how are we going to tell Cuchulainn this time? Like, is it going to be the pirates this time? Is it this time? So
Yep.
no, I think it was fun. I think it was exciting. It's like, it's fun to write about that, and yeah, I think it was more exciting than anything.
And so, like, what kind of themes did you want to get across with this story? You know, a lot of this heroic epics, we want to, you know, there's the hope, there's the adversity, and in your story, there's that kind of heartache and, you know, is it worth it kind of deal? You know, what did you want to try to express with this short story?
I think the story itself is a tragedy, but like with everything, I sort of want to write stories that are, you know, hopeful, and I think that's kind of the stories that I want to read as well. So I think I'd like to think that hope is an important theme in that. And I mean, like, spoilers, obviously, the story of like Cuchulainn and Ferdiad is obviously a bit of a tragedy, but I think there's like this character growth to it as well, which is cool. And in Kieran Carson's translation of it, of the Tan, if you'd ever read that, he talks about like Cuchulainn talks about how it was all play, all sport until Ferdiad came to the ford. And that just felt like such a cool place to come to from this guy who would have like gone into like this animalistic rage and battle, and specifically in my story where he, you know, he kind of like lives by the violence of his planet in this sort of like more sci-fi setting. And I come to this place of kind of like compassion and mourning and softness, I think there's something hopeful to that, you know, like even in these sort of like messy scenarios, like war, I guess, and these kind of tricky situations where, you know, love may not conquer all, there is still this sense of love is there, and these characters are responding effectively to this tragedy. So I'm hoping that came across as well.
You did good,
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
for sure.
All right, so Laura, we have one tradition before we get out of here. We have our off the wall questions, and Dina's got one ready for you. She's got a hard hitter, so I hope you're mentally and emotionally prepared.
This is my redemption for asking Stephen Howard this question apparently twice in a row, because I'm still bitter. All right, I need like a hot take on this. I need you to come in strong with your opinion, because this is like a tradition with Don't Make It Weird.
It means a lot to us.
This is a very important question. I need to know what the superior form of potato is.
Baked with like almost as many layers of cheese as is potato, and beans, cheese.
Beans on it. I've never tried it with beans.
Cheese. No, are you serious? No.
No, I'm in. I'm excited.
No, in the States, beans are not as prevalent.
Slab of butter in the middle, load of cheese, throw the beans on so the cheese melts as well. Perfection.
I'm in. Oh, I just want you to know that
I want a baked
just
potato right now.
Yeah, so do I. We just became best friends, Laura. I just want you to know that. Like, I hope you're okay with it. Sorry,
Daniel,
so
you
guys,
can't take a guess. That's my job.
no,
I collect guesses.
can
You
have
don't
them.
get any.
I can have them.
No,
Okay,
they're
well,
always Team Dina, not
right,
Team Daniel.
So, Laura, you're best friends with Dina now. But I just want you to know I enjoyed our moment together.
Okay.
All right, so guys, that was Laura J. McLoughlin with her story, The Envoy in the Heroes Anthology. And we're going to be seeing her again, hopefully, in a little bit. But Laura, thank you so much for coming
Thanks so
on.
much for having me. Bye.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And now we're bringing on another newbie. We've got the author of Dragon, the story of Sigurd and Fafnir. God, I hope I got that right. Douglas Jern, welcome, buddy.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning to you all.
It is not morning over there. That's not right.
He's in Japan.
I'm in Japan. I'm coming at you live from the
It's
future.
morning.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is what I'm saying. Okay, okay, I'm gonna say it once and for all. I've said it multiple times. This is literally time travel. Time zones are time travel.
That's right.
Science. That's science. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fact.
Yeah, it's what we see on the flat earth. It's fine.
I'm here to tell you that tomorrow is a better day.
Hey!
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it. All right, Dina, kick us off, man. Let's get to know Douglas a little bit.
All right, Douglas, did you already have a story in mind, or were you using the prompt as your inspiration? How did you build off of that?
I actually pretty much had the story written by the time I saw the prompt.
Yes, another one. Yes.
And yeah, I am currently doing a whole retelling of Norse mythology from beginning to end. And this story was part of that. And I thought, well, maybe this might fit in. And apparently it did.
It absolutely did, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, man, it was a unique one. It was a little bit of a ride. So how did you feel about writing for such a prolific character? Like, were you nervous? Like, was there any kind of what kind of research went into it?
Well, I wasn't really nervous. It was just kind of a thing I wanted to do that I'd had in mind for a while, and I thought it would be cool. As for research, well, it's like, since I'm from Sweden and all that, we have a lot of Norse mythology in our culture, and I've grown up hearing the stories and stuff. I still have like a book from back when I was a kid, which I referenced a lot while I researched. And yeah, that was pretty much it. After that, it was just my own imagination.
And I'm gonna tack on something quick here, because there was some. I would say there's definitely some horror elements to everything that went on in there. Was there?
Oh my god, I was scared.
Yeah, Dina loves horror, so yeah, and so I knew that she'd be terrified reading your story. I mean, what was it about the legend that you thought kind of really lended itself to that type of horror action story?
Well, I mean, it's a guy slaying a dragon, which in itself lends itself very well to action. And, in this particular spin on it, where the dragon is maybe not quite what you'd expect, I thought, I wanted to make it a very dark and sort of uncomfortable read, to sort of really just grab the reader and twist them around a bit.
Yeah, no, you did good. Yeah, I was really scared, and I almost texted Ashley, and I was like, oh my god, am I going to be able to handle this? Because I can't do horror. I am very easily scared, especially in books, and I don't know why that is. But I pulled through, and I was like, I got this. Okay, I got this.
Great job.
So when you usually think of heroes and, slaying the dragon, things like that, you have this overarching theme of hope, just like what Heroes Anthology was built on. Did you keep that in mind when you were writing? Was that something that you tried to push heavily, or did you just lean straight into the characters?
Yeah, hope is not the word I would associate with this particular story.
Right, but I mean, he pulled through, so.
Yeah. No, I think this story in itself, I don't think is that hopeful. The hero surpasses and prevails through adversity, sure, but at what cost? Not wishing to spoil too much. But yeah, I don't. I think taken together with the other stories, this might kind of convey the theme of hope a bit better, because you have to go through darkness before you can see the light. And if I can be that darkness to other people's light, then maybe I have fulfilled some sort of purpose myself.
I love that answer. That's really well said. And Douglas, I have a very serious question for you, Douglas. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you here with me? I need good eye contact. Good eye contact. All right, buddy.
I've
never gotten to get a Swedish opinion on this question, and I need to know, how does you and your countrymen view Jar Jar Binks?
Well, I liked him as a kid, but as I grew up, I kind of started to think he was a bit weird and kind of a waste of time.
We don't like him. He is a waste of space, a waste of existence.
Producer Sean, Douglas's audio is breaking up. I can't hear him anymore, man. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my god!
Well,
Sounds loud and clear to me, buddy.
I will say, though, that I do like the theory that he is actually a Sith Lord and is secretly manipulating everything behind the scenes.
That's the darkness we're talking about right there. Dark Jar Jar. So yeah, guys, that was a great story, man. I can't wait for you all to check out Dragon in the Heroes Anthology. If you guys stick around, Douglas will be back at the end to answer some of your questions. Douglas Jern, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and hopefully we'll see you again in a little bit, my man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna mess up.
This one was really good too. They were all really good, honestly.
Dina, I'm gonna mess up every name in this sentence. And
Do you
I
want
just
me
want
to say it?
Yes, please save me, Dina.
I don't know if I'm gonna say it right, but I'm gonna try my hardest. All right, next up we have Madeline Dau, who wrote the Foresta Petrificata.
I think so.
Did I get it right?
And this is a story.
Retelling of. Hey, I'm still talking.
Got it.
It's a retelling of Perseus and Medusa. Thank you.
Yeah, you probably pronounce it better than I would.
Hey!
Hey!
We'll take it. We'll take it. Oh my goodness. We're so excited to have you on here. This was such a fun story. And we had some mafia ties in here. I mean, this was, kind of a unique.
Kind of reminded me of like an adult badass version of Luca mixed with Percy Jackson. You know what I'm talking about? That's the vibe. I was like,
there's the comps.
Percy Jackson for adults. This is it.
I wasn't going for that, but that is so perfect.
Yeah, right.
That was my first question. Were you going for Luca meets Percy Jackson? But
You're so full of shit. You totally copied me.
Definitely appreciate. Well, now that I've seen Luca 8,000 times, thanks to my 3-year-old.
You have a kid.
Yeah.
I have a child around the same age. I understand.
Wait, you have to have a kid to watch it that many times?
I mean, no, but like it's kind of part of the it kind of goes with the territory.
It goes with the experience, yeah.
Okay.
So all right, so did you have a story in mind that wasn't, Luca, before this prompt was released, or did you kind of come up with it afterwards?
Oh, I came up with it afterwards 100%. It's actually thanks to the anthology that I discovered how much I loved retellings. I think it was Laura earlier who said that the structure and like feeding off of that creativity. So I definitely agree with that. So coming up with how to creatively twist what's expected. And lucky for you, Dina, one of them was going to be a horrible haunted house with like mirrors and stuff. So you're welcome for the Luca story.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. It was real panic.
Yeah, actually, if you're watching, can the next anthology just be all horror for Dina? Can we just?
No.
I don't know if she'll make it.
I won't. I barely got through Chimera. Well, it's Chimera. I don't know why I said Chimera.
Chimera. It's Chimera, Dina.
It's really Chimera. So, how did you feel about writing, such a prolific and much beloved character? Was it did any nerves play in because you had all of this history with retelling this particular story?
Yeah, I would say, it was a little bit nerve-wracking. It was funny. I kept considering what myth I wanted to retell, and I kept coming back to Perseus, who kind of seems like the perfect hero. Everything goes pretty well for him, and he seems like he has his, together. My husband was like, everyone and your mom is going to write about Perseus, so you might want to pick something different. And I was feeling really confident after another anthology acceptance, and so I was like, well, even if there is some stiff competition, why not me? And so I just kind of went for it, and turned out pretty well.
I like that attitude.
You said all the other Perseus writers out there, F off, baby. And I love that because listen, you took the hardest path there, and so one of the things that we think of with the heroic myth and legends is that there's how they overcome adversity, the type of hope, the themes that come up with this type of story. And like you said, a lot of things go right for Perseus, but it's not easy, and there's definitely a cost. What kind of themes did you want to explore when you told this story?
I think saying that I was going for the theme is giving me way too much credit at this point in my writing career. I'm just kind of trying to get stuff on the page and really just want to entertain, is what I wanted to do.
Bad.
Yeah. So yeah, just trying to get words on a page. Yeah.
So we are to assume that you are a pantser. Is this what we are to assume?
I'd say plancer. I kind of know how I begin, and then I have no idea how I end. I get about halfway there, and I'm like, where am I going now? That's why I like retellings now, because like you have a framework to work with, and you're like, well, how do I bring in Athena to this story? How do I bring in Medusa? I don't want to do snakes. Well, I'm gonna do something else that's creepy. Sure. So that's where I went with that. Yeah.
Oh God, listen, no spoilers. But your end, it definitely had me like up there going, yes, let's go.
Yes.
All right, so Madeline, are you ready? Because this is going to be a very important moment for you here. Okay.
Gonna throw me a softball like potatoes. Got my answer ready for that one.
No. Dina's going to find the most hard-hitting question that she can. We're going to get emotional here right now, Madeline.
All right.
Are you ready, Dina?
Mhm.
I actually was gonna give her like a hard ball, so
Oh crap.
I didn't intend to. But so your Medusa versus the one from Percy Jackson, who is easier to kill, do you think?
Oh, can you
Ooh.
give me a refresher on Percy Jackson Medusa? Because it's been
Nope,
God,
because
like
I don't
20
remember
years.
either.
What the hell, Dina? You can't even, Dina. Dina,
Okay,
no.
listen, Sean, I don't need those sound effects right now. Okay, so she was in like the garden or whatever, and she had the garden of statues, and it was like that
Oh,
warehouse, you know. And
I
Percy
feel
had
like
to,
my Medusa is so much harder than that. She's like up in a tree and stuff. Like,
yeah,
no.
I mean, I was gonna say that too, but
Yeah.
no.
No.
Dina, you're
All
missing a
right.
very.
What's your favorite form of potato?
Damn it, Dina.
Mashed.
Mashed.
I love mashed potatoes.
Love it. Dina, I was going to give you an even easier softball because Dina is a huge proponent of the curly hair lifestyle, and you have another curly-haired author here. You could have been talking about her system, Dina.
I feel like I shouldn't put a fellow curly girl on the spot like that on a live program for their hair routine, Daniel. It's so complicated.
I'm a guy. I don't know what complicated is. I put soap in my hair.
You put soap in your hair?
Okay, it's
That
shampoo.
sounds so much easier than what we have to
Right?
go through, honestly.
I'm over here with like rice water and honey and shit. What are you doing, Daniel?
Apparently so.
Listen, my wife's lucky if I shower, so.
Oh,
Oh god.
I'm so sorry, Madeline. You have lovely hair.
Yeah.
You have incredible talent. Thank you.
Yes, you
Good
have
God.
great hair and great talent. So, guys, again, you can check out her story, The Foresta Petrificata.
Foresta Petrificata.
Madeline, did we get it right? Foresta Petrificata?
Yeah.
Yes. By Madeline Dau. And, guys, she'll hopefully be back on later, and I hopefully didn't screw up any of these names too much. If I did, it's Dina's fault. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll hopefully see you again in a little bit.
Thanks for having me.
You are trying my life tonight, boy.
I know it. I know. You know I have to put you on the spot, Dina. This is my love language to you.
It's true. Just like yelling and degrading you is my love language.
We have fun here, but you know who we have the most fun? I've been so excited to meet him. We're meeting the other half of the dynamic Hutchison team. We have Carter Hutchison and his story, Mullen and the Slogan of Power. And his heroic retelling of Mullen.
Nailed it.
Hey, Carter.
Nailed it. Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Good.
Good.
Okay, we got a new shirt. Oh, I see what you did here.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly down here, and it felt appropriate to have some McLoughlin for this.
It's true.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's perfect, man. Well, we're excited to actually get to meet you and chat with you. You know, we've gotten to hear all about your work and your music from Ashley. And, man, you know, you are now adding published author to your list. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's surreal still, to be honest with you, and just weird. But it's cool seeing it on the page and like holding it. It's yeah, it's weird. Did it make it weird?
Oh yeah, no, you didn't make it weird, baby. You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah, no, there it is.
Dina's about to bring in those hard-hitting questions, so I hope you're ready.
Alrighty. Did you? I already know the answer to this one though. I should have come up with something custom for him. Did you already have a story in mind, or was it the prompt that gave you the idea?
Well, the story I ended up with actually was the prompt. Like that was the example that Ashley gave in the prompt was Mulan and the guns. Right, I know, I couldn't believe that. But no, the story I wanted to do at first was Robin Hood. And I was going to place them in the American Civil War. But, you know, Steven ended up doing one with that, and who wants to follow that guy with the same
Yeah, you don't want to
character?
fight Steven. Yeah, no.
Can't
Yeah,
compete.
no, not me. So, and it honestly just kind of never came together the way I really wanted it to, and I didn't think I was going to submit anything, and the end of it pretty much came along, and I asked her if she ever got a Mulan submission. She said no, so I was like, all right, I'm going to kind of make one out there.
Yeah, and that was my favorite part. So for the folks, just like a quick recap, on a previous, I think it was one of our live episodes, when we announced, when Ashley announced this anthology, her example was, I want to see Mulan retold, but with like mobile Gundam suits, like, you know, big giant mechs fighting each other. And she was really hoping that someone would come up and share it. It didn't happen. So she stepped up to Carter, and Carter knocked it out of the ballpark, man.
Thanks.
All right, guys. So how did it feel writing about such a prolific and beloved character? I mean, this is like one of the greatest like Disney stories ever told, and I mean, it's got.
We have no affiliation with Disney, and this was not a Disney retelling. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, this was from the original myth, guys.
Really
There's
not
no
a sponsor.
Mushu. Yeah, Mushu wasn't on here. I was hoping, but there's no Mushu on there.
I for copyright reasons tried very hard to stay away from anything like that. No, it was a lot of responsibility, really, just to kind of get things right. You know, like culturally, I would say, as not being a part of it. You know. But all the names in it in the short story means something, some kind of tie back to Chinese culture. So really, that was the only kind of pressure I felt with it. And besides, you know, something Ashley is a tough crowd to please when it comes to writing. So really, just writing something that is like, would Ashley say this sucks? Okay, trying to get through that.
That's a good bar to measure. I feel the same way. I'm like, oh my God. Would this
exactly.
please Ashley? No? Okay. Never going to talk about it.
No, all right, good. Move it along. But no, it was fun. You know, world building is one of my favorite things, and I got to do that in spades with this story of just kind of setting up the world of what that would look like. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You did good. How was it like? What theme did you keep in mind? Did you keep in mind, like the prompt said, with hope as your overarching guide, or what did you do for that?
To be honest with you, well, I mean, I think all these kind of have an element of hope in it, right? Because it's
right.
We don't really talk much about mythological heroes that fail, right? It's mythological heroes that succeed in whatever they're trying to do. But no, to be honest with you, most of what I think about when I'm writing is Brandon Sanderson's rule of awesome. That's just like in whenever you're doubting of what to do, just do whatever seems awesome. And that's really much the story to be kind of, you know, fucking metal and just awesome.
Good Lord.
I just saw Alexander James throwing me under the bus. Hi, Alex. All right, Carter. I've got a difficult question for you, buddy.
I had a question for him too, but it's okay.
Oh, no. Dina, go first, please.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna let me go first?
Yeah, I'd love it if you went first.
Like for real, or are we doing the bit? Because I hate the bit.
No, you really go first this time. Go.
Okay. All right. I want to know, and I hope Ashley's watching. Alabama white sauce or Texas barbecue?
I don't know what the other option is, but it's Alabama white sauce.
Oh my God.
Yes, Alabama white.
I was really hoping you were gonna be like, yeah, Alabama white sauce sucks. Dang it.
No, you were just trying to. Why were you trying to break up their relationship, Dina?
I live for chaos.
Yeah. No. Oregon, I missed it so much that I had to learn how to make it. So, yeah. Alabama white sauce all the way. You make your own. I now live back in Birmingham where there's Saw's Barbecue. So that's like 10 minutes down the road. Why would I make it when like the masters of it are?
Okay, so then my follow-up question to this is, you get to go in there with an empty stomach and a pocket full of dreams. What's your barbecue order?
Pulled barbecue chicken with white sauce sandwich, some mac and cheese, and some collard greens.
Ooh, my man. Why do
I feel like that's exactly like a meal that Ashley has sent me before? Like, I feel like that literally matches her order.
100%. We've been to Saws together, and it's very likely that she took a picture of the food first.
God.
Listen, I trust her. I trust her because, like, when me and my buddy, we met up with her real quick when we were in Alabama for a soccer game, and she told me, like, hey, listen, this is the ramen to have. That's become my order. Oh, my God. Yeah, no. Full trust in Ashley on that. All right, guys. So, again, guys, you can check out Carter Hutchison's story, Mulan and the Dogan of Power. It is in the Heroes Anthology. Stick around, and Carter will be back in a little bit. Up next, we got a little pre-recorded something from one of our boys here. We're coming all the way from England. We've got Chris Durston and the Immortal Kingdom.
Queuing it up now.
You're doing good, buddy. So, Chris, did you already have a story in mind before the story prompt for Heroes was released, or did it come to you afterwards? Did you like take characters that you had already created and revamp them to fit the story, or how did that work for you?
So I did Chimera, the first Lost Boys press, and then I did not do the second one, not meant for each other. But I guess I was kind of keeping an eye on what the prompts were. I had not got any ideas for this one before the prompt came out, but then I had a bunch of ideas that I wrote down, and I won't go like searching for them for too long, but I remember there was Beowulf in ancient China, which is problematic because they worship dragons and he's trying to kill them. Sigurd and Fafnir working at an amusement park, and Fafnir's getting really annoyed that he keeps getting killed. Something about like, you know, Monkey King, Sun Wukong trying to do his like backflips up to space because that's what he does, but they have anti-air missiles. But in the end, I settled on, Dina's looking at me like, what are you on about?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Fair. So in Journey to the West, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, basically the way he solves every problem is by backflipping into space. It makes sense in context.
Same.
Yeah, no,
That's
exactly
what I do. Yeah.
It's a viable solution.
That's what I do, and like I carry the show on my back while I flip it, go backwards in space or backflip in space. Whatever.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but in the end, I don't remember how I settled on Gilgamesh. I just remember thinking that was something other people probably wouldn't do, which gave me a better chance of getting in. So I was like, yeah, this will work.
Well, that also leads into the next question because how did you feel about writing a character? I thought that Gilgamesh was commonly known, but apparently Gilgamesh is not commonly known. So how did you feel writing about a character that a lot of people might not know about and trying to like shed light on that legend and put your own twist on it while still keeping like true to the tale?
I guess it gave me a bit of freedom to be like kind of loose with it, like because Gilgamesh, my version of him is probably like not that similar to the original. Like basically the original Gilgamesh is just this king who does some ruling, goes on an adventure, meets a guy. And I was like, okay, so I can basically just transplant that into like anywhere I like. It's pretty freeing being able to do that because people don't really know a lot of the specifics, which meant I kind of had the freedom to leave a lot of the specifics out because I didn't have enough words. Like there's a lot of stuff I would have liked to get into, but the fact that people probably just know Gilgamesh as like a king and that's maybe it meant that I could just kind of do whatever. So it's cool. Although the Final Fantasy Gilgamesh is pretty cool. Everyone knows him better, maybe.
So does that mean that you have like other stories that might tie into this world that you've built that are gonna be like side tales or whatever?
Not at the moment, but I'm considering doing more with it because I think there's space to like do a whole bunch of the other stuff that Gilgamesh does in the epic that I just didn't have time to get to. Like he has a lot of fun interactions that I just couldn't squeeze in.
Right, yeah. Limited word count. So when we think of heroic myths and legends and things like that, often the baseline of them is the theme of hope and overcoming this great adversity. Were those things that you thought about while writing your story because you had like this overarching idea that you were like questioning, you know, what comes next in life and like all of that and like building upon like this new world with video games and things like that. So did you keep that in mind while you were writing or you were just like, nah, fuck it?
I think I was mostly like, nah, fuck it. That's how I usually tend to operate, to be honest. Are we allowed to say fuck? You just said fuck. I must be allowed to say fuck. Fuck.
I say fuck, yeah, and yeah, it goes a lot.
Oh, no, you've definitely said fuck before on the show. There was the fuck squid thing, which was greatly entertaining.
Fuck squids, yes.
Yeah, no, Gilgamesh and the epic of the fuck squid doesn't really work. But I don't really remember what I had in mind other than
that's canon now, just
it.
So you know.
Oh no, 100%. Actually, in my story, readers, you, the attractive and intelligent audience, will now know. Just out of like camera shot the whole time, there's a giant fuck squid. It's never mentioned, but it's always there. Yeah,
waiting for the moment.
It's subtext. Yeah, you have to read between the lines, but it's definitely there. But no, totally. I basically just remember thinking like the broad strokes are okay. So Gilgamesh in the original epic goes looking for immortality and doesn't get it, but then realizes that like the stuff he's built can be that. And what people I think tend to remember as well is there's kind of a love story with this guy Enkidu, who's sort of like, if you've read Brave New World, like John, the guy who comes from the non-futuristic world and then is just like, what the fuck is this, when he sees what the world has become. Like he can't take it. And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to try. So I thought I'm going to try and up the like queer elements a bit because that's definitely in there, and kind of just have Gilgamesh beat up robots in the middle a bit, I guess, was probably in the thought process somewhere. So, yeah. Other than that, fuck it.
Yeah. All right. I like that. That's how I operate too. So,
yeah.
All right. This is it. This is the question. Sean, can I get a gasp?
Oh my God.
Oh, no, I didn't mean like that.
Was that Metal Gear Solid?
You go, like you're anticipating.
You're the first person to call that out, by the way, Chris. Thank you very much. It is from Metal Gear Solid.
I wrote a whole book on video games and I used to host a podcast about them. So
that's awesome.
Just plugging myself there.
There you go then. Hey, I mean, that's kind of the point here. What is the superior? I need you to come in hot with this take. Like, I need aggression here. I know that it might not be your thing, but I need aggression here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the superior form of potato?
Superior form is a potato in any form that we can imagine.
Yeah, any form.
Moonshine.
That's fair. All right. That's
nice.
a good one.
Or possibly,
Yeah,
I did once have a
that's
chess set made out of carved potatoes that had then been like dunked in formaldehyde or something, so they were preserved. That was a pretty fucking great potato.
Wow.
That might be the final evolution of potato. I don't remember how that happened. It might have been a school thing. I mean, I'm from a part of the world that is basically just like cider and potato country. Like everyone around here just like has 5 cows in the house at all times. It's pretty crazy.
Okay,
that
but what
sounds
if
like
you
paradise.
if you had to choose a potato to eat though, not to drink or to play strategy games?
I almost said the chess set, but that's formaldehyde. Don't eat that.
I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something. It might even have been like some kind of resin. Either way, it wouldn't have done well inside me. That's a sentence I hope never to say again. Okay, let's go with amount of time. Is that what that was?
No, she said a buzzword.
I said that's what she said, so you have to drink, but it's fine.
I literally don't have a drink with me, but I would.
That's okay.
I have a plant over there.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
just a
attempt
show
to
rule.
drink.
I'm drinking coffee, dude. It's 10 a.m. for me, so.
This is water.
Fair.
This is not alcohol. This is not moonshine.
It could be. There's a humidifier up there that I could drink out of. That's got water in it, but that might be bad.
Not a great idea.
No.
Don't do that.
Okay, thank you for the advice. I will say the waffle fries.
Hey, waffle fries.
Just like
Good
that.
one.
Waffle fries. That's the new sign for waffle fries. All right, that's
It's
a good
like a
one.
hashtag and a yeah.
Waffle fries.
Waffle fry. There you go. Waffle fries.
Well, there's so many meanings to those in sign language. Anyway, thank you so much, Chris. Your story was amazing. And now back to our regular broadcast. How do I transition from this? I don't
audience.
know.
That was perfect. Perfect. The transition was just incredible. This won't cut off abruptly at all.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous that I missed that interview with Chris because his story is hilarious. Like, we didn't even get to talk about future chess in his book, which is like the most violent, like, aerial, like, tech suit battle version of chess and sounds incredible. He had Final Fantasy references. He's swearing. I mean, Dina, how did you not swoon when talking to him?
I did a little bit, but it was also super early in the day, and I was a little bit hungover, so
yeah, that's
I kept it cool.
No, you did good. You did good. But you know,
he was really cool though.
But you know who I'm really excited about?
Who are you really excited about?
Our next guest, because we've got Jaecyn Boné, aka Charlie, and their story behind the mask of Perseus and Medusa retelling. Charlie, what's up?
Charlie?
Hey, thanks for having me back here again.
Can I just start out by saying just one thing again, Charlie?
Oh my God, Daniel.
How dare you?
Bro, I know.
I know it's coming.
Force you guys to read this story.
A little bit.
A little bit. I came in knowing that you're gonna try to rip my heart out. I know that this is what you are trying to like. It feels personal. I knew this was gonna happen, and it still happened, and I still have to be upset with you, Charlie. And I need you to know that.
It's okay. I'm eating this up. Hate me all you want.
Yeah,
I accomplished my goal.
I had to like walk away from work for a second when I was reading it because I was like, there is no way that Charlie's about to do me dirty like this. There's no way. And you did. You did.
Yeah.
Did it dirty. But you want to know what?
Very rude.
So I got to know, did you already have a story in mind before the prompt was released, or did you kind of roll in with something afterwards?
So this is going to be fun for you guys. I figured out what my story was going to be the last time I was on your podcast.
You took the spoiler alert early.
Yeah. So
Wow.
when y'all had me here for the Chimera Anthology author party, Ashley said something during the like audience questions or whatever, something about how she wished someone had like written a Medusa story or was gonna write a Medusa story for the Heroes Anthology. And I was like, Ashley, why didn't you personally come to me and ask me to write you a Medusa story? Because I will do that. And obviously I don't know how to write anything that isn't queer. So you've got gender bent Perseus, you've got lesbians, like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and just breaking your heart. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Dina,
Yeah, no
Dina.
spoilers, Daniel, but yeah,
Okay.
definitely just okay. So how did you feel about writing, such a prominent and well-known character that has been done so many times before and like having to create this new sort of spin? We've got kind of like that mafia family feel, just like with Luca. How did that, not Luca, but like you
Yeah,
guys know
where'd
what
you
I'm
come
talking
from?
about, right?
Yeah,
Luca?
the
No,
Luca
but
one.
you guys know what I'm talking about. What was the other story? What was the name? Petrifica. I
Yeah,
can't say the word.
something
Never mind. You know what I'm talking about.
Really? Yeah, I got you. So I have never personally read a Medusa Perseus retelling where Perseus was a woman. So that was my first thing, is like I feel like this is going to be pretty original. And also I definitely knew that I wanted there to be that romantic link between Perseus and Medusa. So that was my creative spin. The mafia family, the Uber Eats, which I am not sponsored by, but maybe they should sponsor me.
Not sponsored.
Not a
Uber
sponsor.
Eats part. That was all just, it's what fit the story, because the main focus was going to be that romance. So everything else just fell into place.
So kind of keep talking to us through the themes, because you said that you have, a lot of themes are very important to you, whether it's, the queer, the gender bent, all of these kind of different emotional and kind of social issues that are kind of wrapped up into what is an classic Greek epic mythology. And, I'd argue that the Greeks were probably more progressive than most at their time. And so kind of just getting to fuse that all together. Well,
Dina, are you
way.
good?
Yeah.
I'm great. Thanks.
She's choking on something,
Dina
you
is
guys.
just dying in the background.
So, okay, for people that don't know, because they're not in the contributor chat, I was eating backstage and I just like choked entirely. It's I'm fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's good. You can keep going.
So
Thanks, guys.
sorry, something about themes.
Yeah, something about themes. I was just saying that you have like a lot of the queer, the gender bent. You're taking something from the classic Greek mythology, and a lot of people in some ways would argue that the Greeks were very progressive for that time period. What were kind of some of the themes that you wanted to present and kind of mix that old and new together?
So my biggest goal for like theme wise for this story was that I wanted to portray love, and I feel like I portrayed that in a bunch of different ways. Like I used plants as a metaphor for love, I used food as a metaphor for love, self-sacrifice, and that was my biggest thing, is all of it cumulated. I can't speak. Did
Yeah,
I
it's
just
Dina's
say
fault.
cumulated?
Damn it! Hey,
I
Sean,
was
Sean,
gonna-
censor
okay.
her. Inappropriate. We do not fucking use that language on here.
That's what she
Sorry
said.
for my fucking mouth.
Sorry for my
Cul-
fucking mouth.
Culminated.
I'm right there. Okay, wait.
Culminated is
Wait,
what I'm
I'll
trying
fix
to
it.
say.
I'll fix it. Hold on. Fuckity fuck. There you go.
Yeah.
Are we caught up now?
Thank you.
We're
Thank you.
good.
good?
Yeah,
We're
yeah, yeah.
perfect.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So, all of that culminated into just trying to show as many different aspects of love as possible. I'm so sorry. Jess, why are you doing this to me?
We are an hour in, and we are officially off the rails here on the Heroes Live.
Oh my god, I
I
didn't think I was gonna be able to swallow that. That's what she said.
Damn it, Dina!
I thought it was gonna go through my nose, guys.
No, that doesn't make it better. Phrasing.
Freezing.
I'm fine here.
I just want to point out that I did say that I was gonna fuck up this podcast when I came in here. So
You're good.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Did my best.
Honestly, I'm glad that it's you and me, because apparently Luca is the name of the story, not Petrifica.
Yeah, Luca.
Forest.
Yeah, that one
Listen,
Luca
so
story.
it's on the other page. I can't help you.
All right, so Charlie, now that we've had a little fun, now that we've gotten to talk about your story, we're gonna get emotional here. We're gonna get deep. Dina's gonna ask you a big question.
Are you sure it was my turn for those questions? Okay. I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. Okay. We replace the love interest in your story with Jar Jar Binks.
Yes!
Dina.
Yes.
Does it turn out the same?
I don't want to say any spoilers, but there's a certain scene that is much more satisfying if it's Jar Jar Binks.
How dare you?
That's fair.
Once again, Charlie, how dare you? All right, I'm gonna ask
Thank you for that.
one more quick off the wall, and hopefully we can ask you quick because you've got a giant book collection. What's the most obscure book that you have in your collection back there?
Obscure? I don't really feel like I have a lot of obscure stuff.
What the hell kind of question is that?
I'm sorry, I just keep looking at her bookshelf. You can't put a bookshelf behind me and not expect me to stare.
Uh,
All right, just pick one. Just grab that white one. What is that? What do we got here?
Shout out my friend Rory Michelson.
There you go.
Monsters. Third book is coming out soon. Go check it out.
Yeah, all right, Rory. We expect a royalty payment here. We expect Rory. All right, guys. This was Jaecyn Boné, aka Charlie, with his. Damn it, I was so close.
You almost.
I'll murder him later.
God damn it!
Okay.
I hate myself. With his story behind the mask in the Heroes Anthology, we will see you guys in a little bit.
You weren't though.
I was so close.
You
All right,
weren't
but you know who
but
helped me
it's
feel
okay.
better? You know who helped me feel better?
I have an idea.
Yeah. That's gonna be my main squeeze, my boo, my number one fan, the hero stabbing princess champion of us all, Matthew Siadak, in his story, didn't pick this, a retelling of Pandora. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, man.
It's going. I mean, you've watched this whole thing. It's
chaos, pure chaos, and we love it.
It's going, guys. It's going. Alrighty. Are you ready, Matthew?
Let's get it.
I'm ready. As ready as I can be.
Eye babies with us, Matthew. Eye babies.
Do not.
Yeah, get in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you already have a story for? Wait, did we say the name of his story?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, definitely did. But I'll say it
Did
again
you
for
say
you, buddy.
Pixis?
Yeah, in Pixis, the retelling of Pandora in the Heroes Anthology.
Yeah, you didn't say that before.
I definitely did. John.
Did I black out?
I
again?
didn't hear it.
He said it. He said it during the applause cue, so it may have been drowned out a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Did you already have a story in mind before doing this? Because Lord knows this was quite the mind fuck. So, did you already have one in mind, or was this something that you had already had in the can?
No, this was completely on the fly after reading and hearing about the prompt. Just ran with it with the idea of Pandora. It's one of the stories I've always felt near and dear to my heart. I've always been a curious little monkey, always getting myself into and out of trouble. So her story has always resonated with me.
And that's something that I think was really interesting because you did take such a different view because there's kind of a lot of themes of, breaking free, of being held back and held down. And all of this takes place in a club. How is that setting important to you in this story?
So that is something that I did kind of borrow from a series that my wife and I are kind of working on, well to the side, but
what could it be?
It's not the Backwards Night or anything like that, but it's all good. It's something we want to do after. It's an urban fantasy series that it's how we met. It's something that we've been writing for damn near 20 years now. And I kind of took one of the nightclubs we have in there and used the idea of that for Pandora and for her box.
Is it my turn?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh shit. Okay. I got distracted because I love Matthew. So how did you go throughout? Like, did you keep the prompt in mind of hope, like throughout your story? How did you go about that?
I did, and with Pandora, it was a little bit more on the nose because it's literally the theme of the story is hope being left in the box. But true to my nature is I did not keep it happy-go-lucky,
Right.
and I took a different view on hope. It's one of the interpretations of Pandora's legend, but without going too deep into spoilers, it's not quite on theme with some of the other stories.
Yeah,
It's a lot like that song.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was such a unique thing, and just how you describe the visuals and the sensations and just everything that going on in it. I just how did you kind of keep in touch like all of the sensory overload that was going on in this story?
I built a playlist of club music that fit exactly what I wanted, and that actually put me right into the mood. And if I lost track of it, I would just turn it up and close my eyes and just get lost in the story.
That's awesome. And sorry, so I'm gonna get a little off the wall question for you, Matt. Are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
All right. So, buddy, the princess and Orange show up in the club. How's that go down for both of them?
Somebody's getting stabbed.
And this is a reference to his book, The Backwards Knight, that we are dying to get to come out. I get all the behind the scenes on it. I'm always so excited whenever you drop your little blurbs, your little snip slips, and yeah, was that snip slips? Yeah, we're good. So, Matt, man, I can't wait for you to release these books. You guys have got to check him out on Twitter. One of our best friends of the show. I fucking love Matthew Siadak, and man, we're gonna see you back here in just a little bit. You can check out his story in Pixis, the Pandora retelling in the Heroes Anthology, coming out March 31st.
Thank you.
All right, you
It's
ready?
getting real, Daniel.
It's real. It's about that time. We need to get a little bit more badass right now, Dina. We need to get a little bit more epic because we've got Michael J. Mullen II. His story, code name Viking, a Beowulf retelling set.
He
in
literally
World War
did the
II.
headphones.
Yeah, he did the headphones over the helmet.
Oh my god.
You mad bastard, Michael. What's going on, buddy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
It's going.
Oh, dude, it's looking good. So I got to ask you because this was that unique story, that kick-ass, kind of. We needed some action music for it. Did you already have an idea in mind before the prompt, or did something kind of break free when you saw it?
No, actually, I went through about 14 different stories before I finally settled on Beowulf. I was looking at Gilgamesh, I was looking at Roland, I was looking at Perseus. I like everything everybody brought up, I was looking at, and I just finally just said screw it. And a friend of mine said, you're like a Viking, dude, as you can see the helmet. He's like, you're a Viking, you need to do a Viking story. And I was just like, yes, I do. And there you go.
And it all came together. All right, man.
So you chose a pretty prolific character and legend to write about. How did that feel? Was there any pressure that went along with that or anything like that?
Well, that is a great question. But first, let me say happy birthday, Dina's mom.
Hey!
Oh my god, somebody remembered!
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Diane!
I don't even know if she's watching.
Happy birthday, Diane.
Thank you.
So it kind of felt like normal to me, honestly. Anything Scandinavian or Nordic, Irish, Scottish, anything like that really just kind of feels like my bandwagon. What was really interesting is I'm a kids writer, so jumping gears to do these short stories, and actually you have to thank Madeline for this. So Madeline actually got me into short stories. She's actually my CP, and we not only got into this anthology, we got into another anthology together.
Hey, shout out Madeline. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, she told me that she's just like, you got to try this stuff. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to write for adults for a change. And that was like, I don't know how to do this. And here we go.
Hey, that's amazing.
Well, you did good.
So I'm going off script again a little bit because I think one of the hardest things to do as a writer is to write action, because action, like kicking ass, is really fun in television and visual mediums like comic books. It's hard to do and keep it interesting when you are writing. And you've got magic with technology, swords and guns, and that whole kind of back and forth. How did you, what was your kind of game plan on writing interesting and exciting action sequences?
So the helmet that you guys just saw is actually my actual combat helmet. I do heavy arms combat for the SCA. So I actually do, yeah,
What
I
is the
specialize
SCA?
with two. Society for Creative Anachronism. We basically reenact medieval life, all the cool parts of it without any of the bad parts. No plague, all the fighting. It's great.
That's badass.
Wait, do you do any like Renaissance fairs or anything like that?
I do actually. I go up and down, like basically Jersey and New York area, and I do the Renaissance fairs, and I do our own little like our little meet
Come
and
to
greet.
Florida.
Sure, no problem.
Come to
There's
the
a
South.
kingdom
Let's
down there.
do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'll bring the whole kit.
Perfect. Dina's got swords. I've got swords. You can take us through it. Producer Sean booking for sword fighting.
Relax, Daniel. Relax.
Sorry, I got
he's not
excited.
good. He's
I'm
not
on
your secretary.
Thank you, Sean.
But to answer the question, so what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to dive into the Viking culture, and since I know how to do a lot of sword fighting and I know how to survive in certain situations, I really wanted to bring the Viking into a more modern era, which is why I decided to go with Nazi Germany, and really start playing around with it. So, like, as you noticed, Dina actually she sent me a message. Apparently, somebody asked a question about whether the weapons were real or not. And actually, the reason why he carries the three weapons he carries is it signifies the three major Allied powers in the war. His Norwegian aspect, the British well rod, and the M1 trench gun was actually an American weapon, because Vikings would pick up weapons on the battlefield and take them with them. So I really wanted you to get the feel of this as a Viking walking through Europe fighting.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. My mom says thank you for the happy birthday.
My
So,
pleasure.
all right, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Bring it on.
Bring it.
I usually try not to repeat questions, but I'm going to, just because I know you watch the show. What is the superior form of potato?
So I'm a big fan of the Irish tots. It
What's
is
an Irish
tater-
tot?
Irish tots.
Oh yeah, so it's tater tots with cheese sauce on it and corned beef.
What?
Yeah, 900 calories.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds absolutely incredible, and I have to pop in here just to say I will be trying that very soon.
Yeah.
There you
Producer
go.
Sean,
Oh my
please.
God.
Yeah. Holy shit. You just blew my mind, man.
Cheese and corned beef. That sounds so amazing. What the
Why would we have all these questions when I haven't had dinner yet?
Oh.
All right. So, guys, you can check out
Okay.
Michael J. Mullins II's Codename Viking, the Beowulf retelling, and the Heroes Anthology. Stick around. We can ask more sword fighting questions in a little bit. Michael, thank you for being on the show, and hopefully we'll talk with you again soon, man.
Thanks, man. Look forward to it.
Oh my God. All right. Dina, be cool. Dina, be cool.
I'm okay. Okay.
We got this. Because up next, we've got the drunk uncle of our show, the love of all of our lives.
She's not the drunk uncle. Peter
Wait.
Sean's the drunk uncle.
She's drunk something, isn't she?
No, is she? No,
They're
she's
both
the
drunk
divorced.
uncles.
See, you can have
Oh.
multiple drunk uncles.
Because she
Thank you.
divorced Peter Sean. Is that it? I don't remember.
Oh my god. Go on with it, you guys.
All right, we've got the
Okay.
drunk uncle of our show, the Don't Make a Weird podcast. We've got Jess L. Tong, a.k.a. Jess the Mess. We've got her story, Lab RH, the Theseus and the Minotaur retelling.
I'm the creepy uncle, actually.
That's it. See, I told you she's not the drunk uncle.
I'm the creepy.
They're both uncles.
Yeah.
We're both uncles.
Yeah.
But he's drunk and I'm creepy.
Oh, you're right. I did
Yeah, no,
emphasize
that's fair.
uncle, not okay. Okay.
The crunkle.
The crunkle. Oh my
Crunkle,
gosh.
Basically. Do I have to go first, or are
Oh,
you
yeah.
going first? I don't
No,
remember.
please go first, Dina.
I can go first.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Actually go first.
So just. Oh wait, actually go first. I thought we were doing the bit again.
No,
Oh, what's the bit?
Oh my god.
it's
okay.
it's
right.
only funny to us, Jess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the
it's-
in group. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable. Okay. Did you already have a story in mind when you were writing this, or did you just follow the prompt?
Yeah, I had absolutely no idea beforehand. In fact, when I heard the idea of heroes, I was like, awesome, I'm going to come up with something. And then it was like elevator music. Like I couldn't even think of a single hero story. So I had to Google hero stories. And, but I did have an idea of
Did you literally type hero stories?
I think I typed in mythology, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah. But I knew what kind of characters I wanted. I kind of knew what I wanted to happen to them, and honestly, what trauma I wanted to unpack. So it was a matter of just like finding the right legend that fit what I wanted to tell. And when I landed on Theseus and Minotaur, I was like, oh, maybe a lot of people are going to do this, but what the heck? It felt good, like perfect, really, for the story I wanted to tell, because I think that people think of the Minotaur legends as quite of a kind of a straightforward story. You know, the good guy and the bad guy are clear. There's a monster, there's a hero. But like, what if we didn't have the whole picture? Maybe things aren't so straightforward or not what they seem. So in my mind, I tried to make the story kind of disjointed and layered, kind of like flashbacks and flash forward. It's kind of like how it feels like to be in a maze. Because even when we make progress, we keep coming back to the places we've been before. So the labyrinth ended up being a perfect metaphor. That was my cat. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I love it.
That.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
So all right. So I gotta ask, because I think you're one of the themes that I've seen with your writing is just this kind of mixing of all of these different kind of styles. There's your fantasy elements, your sci-fi elements, and at the end of the day, it's still very kind of human characters. What made you want to kind of get into the world that you built here to tell this story?
This specific world, for some reason, I was just trying to like brainstorm and just like write random stuff to see what came out. And then I came up with the idea of a city called Saturn City. So there's an inside and there's an outside, and what that would look like. And it kind of just became, because of how the story, the original mythology works, there is kind of like one group and another group of peoples. So it kind of just work together like that. As for the blending of like different elements, I want to attribute that to ADHD, where I can't pick one thing. I can do all the things a little bit. Okay. So that's why that happened.
So you didn't really have like a theme of hope necessarily, but you did try to incorporate the theme of overcoming adversity, and then you also had the element of like a strong friendship and how like life just kind of takes us in different paths, so to speak. So did you do that on purpose? Was that accidental and just kind of happened, or?
Yeah, that was on purpose. I kind of wanted to parallel the progress of the plot with the main character's arc. So Thea, who is the female Theseus, is saving people but changing herself in the process. And I wanted to analyze the idea of heroes, how maybe when we have to become something darker, to give up a part of ourselves to become the hero. Like there's an ugly side, there's a toxicity, and there's hope, yes, but sometimes we have to lose something along the way, and hope looks different when we have to pay a cost for it. And just the idea that no one's wholly good or bad, and everyone thinks they're the hero in their story, and the hero is a story that we tell in retrospect, kind of.
Love it. I love it. So I think you know what's coming up next, Jess.
Oh,
I do.
I've got a cringy copulation
Daniel,
for you to read. Can
you're
you
the
read
reader.
You don't.
I'm just kidding.
We're not doing that.
I'm just
We are
kidding.
not doing that.
I'm kidding. All right. So I need to know, Jess, what is the best or worst purchase that you've ever made?
You
Best or
copycat.
worst purchase I've ever made?
Best or worst?
This question is not for live shows, Daniel. We have learned that.
I'm ready for it, baby. I'm ready.
Oh, I didn't go that direction, Dina, but okay.
Wait, what direction did you just go?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Go on.
Nothing.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Nowhere. I've been to no directions.
Okay, I don't.
The best purchase I ever got, and I'm just looking around my house being like, what do I have? I guess, does my cat count as a purchase?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a
Because
really good
we
answer.
love us.
He's both the best and worst purchase, so he actually covers both.
I relate to that so much.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, it creates issues. Anyone that owns a cat, like, knows that all you're trying to do is fight for their approval. And, like, when they deign you with, like, 30 seconds of their time, you're just like,
yeah.
It's a Basenji.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Jess. You're going to stick around with us because we're about to flip the script. And again, you guys can check out Jess's story, Lab R Inc. in the Heroes Anthology. And up next, it's who could it be?
Who's that girl? It's Daniel. That was so impromptu. That was so
Since I am now a host, hold on.
Yeah, put on your host hat, please.
Hey! So everyone knows what's going on. Sean told me I couldn't change my outfits, so I did.
Oh! I had a shirt right here that I should have put over and then been like,
yeah. So everyone knows I am a host now.
Yeah, suck it, Sean.
Daniel's story, The Hanged Man, the very, very first story in the anthology. Okay, first question. What was it like when you realized that you were the opening story in the anthology?
I was terrified because I literally didn't even think I'd get in. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to write the story. I'm going to write something that hopefully I think is fun and is entertaining, but I fully expected a rejection. And then when I didn't get rejected, I expected to be at the back of the book, to be like, hey, he did his best. They're there. And then it got into the front, and then people started reading it, and it's just been surreal and exciting, and I am absolutely blown away and just grateful to Lost Boys, to Ashley, to everyone that gave me a chance, man.
It was really good. I had no idea what to expect, and I was like, oh damn. And
damn.
Daniel and I had a very intimate reading too of our stories.
Yes, we did. At 2 a.m. you and me, we exchanged our stories.
It was weird, but he was reading his story. He was reading my story, and I was reading his story at the same time, and then we were like live messaging each other, and it was like very intense, but it was great.
It was awesome. I highly recommend. It was awesome.
Yeah.
How dare you, Josh? I see you over here in the chat. How dare you? I have my phone read to me. I don't actually read the stories. It's fine.
It's true.
So did you have an idea, the story in mind before the prompt was released, or did it come up to you afterwards?
So here's the thing. I had been working hard on one of my my like works in progress. It's the Carved City. It's gone through some drafts, and I'm eventually gonna try to convince someone to edit it so that commas go in all the right places. And so I was still kind of stuck in that universe, and I wanted to write something that used some of my characters from it. And at first I tried to be really lazy and just throw together some stuff that I'd already written and kind of just try to make it fit the theme. And then I got yelled at a lot by Dina and Sean. And so I went back and actually wrote like a writer should. And what it took was, I wanted to find a more obscure hero, because I like the stories that maybe people don't know as well. And finding Zhigong, like, it's crazy because I had never heard of him. Everyone so far that's read this story goes, I have no idea who this person is. And, but there's like been a ton of books, there's TV shows, movies, and stuff about it, just not in the West. It's all in the East. And, as soon as I started reading about it, I went down the rabbit hole, and Zhigong's just a fascinating character in, kind of the Buddhist mythology. And it fit really well with one of my characters, JD, and they kind of seemed like they were meant for each other. And so, boom.
Not meant for each other. Ha!
Meant for each other. Is it on sale now? I feel like it is.
It is.
Not Meant for Each Other is on sale right now. You can use the promo code HEROES for 25% off your purchase. How did I do? There's nothing there, but maybe we can pretend, guys.
It feels so good. Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh God. So Daniel, it was an intentional choice to choose a story that other people might not be familiar with.
Yeah, I was trying to hedge my bets because I knew if I went and tried to compete with the Robin Hoods and the Greek mythology writers of the world, I was screwed. So I was like, you know what? I just want to compete with me and not the better writers out there.
Statistical. I like it. So Daniel, something that I really loved about your story is how you carried humor throughout the story very, very well. There's an ongoing sense of irony that I feel like you constructed very masterfully, surprisingly masterfully. And there are these softer and serious undertones, cumulated, that blend in really well. And they shift the tone into like, okay, this is something real. This is something that is a real motive. And not to give too much away, but it is about a father, and that is their motive. That being a father is their motive throughout. So my question is, how has being a father influenced this story for you? And would you have been able to write the same story if you weren't a dad?
Man, it's changed everything. Being a father is kind of the greatest thing that I've ever done in my life. And it gives you a different perspective and a different just feeling when you write, because, when I get in that place and I try to think about the things that would motivate me, these things that would break my heart, these things that would push me to these places. And a lot of it comes back to being a parent, being in that emotional moment. And I like to have fun with my stories. I like to have humor, but I think that if a story is all one thing and it doesn't have some heart to it, if it doesn't have something, some depth to it, then the satire and the irony and the humor just kind of falls flat. Like, you can have fun, and I think that makes it a bigger impact when you kind of give that gut punch, when you kind of give the emotional backing to it. And so, I hope that comes across. I hope that there is a fun combination between the two.
I definitely got that. It was definitely a bit of a gut punch where I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I'm definitely not crying right now. It was really, really well done. So wild card question time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna swear again. I'm sorry.
I'm doing
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh fuck.
Nickathy, your main character. JD, the drunk monk, or Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks. Fuck, marry, kill.
I mean, obviously, I'm marrying Jar Jar. That's a lifelong dream of mine.
Of
that goes without saying. Yeah,
right.
I mean that's the love. That's the love I want for the rest of my life. I want to be taken care of in his watery embrace. Here's the thing. I feel bad that I'm gonna have to kill Nickathy. Because he just seems very anxiety ridden. He seems like he's he's not going to be the love that the sexual need that I have there. JD is going to be a wild party. I might end up with a lot of regret afterwards because she's going to make me do some weird shit. So it's a gamble I'm willing to take.
All right.
I have a wild card question for you, Daniel.
Oh yes, please.
Are you ready, Sean? Can I get a gasp, like a real gasp, not the?
Is it the one that I'm thinking it is? That's what I'm thinking.
Daniel, Daniel, my best friend, my buddy. I love you so much.
Oh no.
What is the superior form of potato?
It's my first time getting to answer this question. Dreams come true. Listen, I love potatoes in all their forms for sure, but the best. I'm going back to my hometown. I'm going back to the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm loading up on some ridiculous garlic fries, and I am just consuming them all and just shoving them all in my face. Give me all those garlic fries. It never gets better than garlic fries from the San Francisco Bay Area, baby. Shout out.
There you go.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Amazing. You're great.
You're welcome. Don't do that. You just encourage him. No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just staring. It's fine. Yeah. And I guess Jess, do you want to introduce our next guest, Jess? Because I want you to hang around with me. I want to get in on this.
Wait, Daniel, I don't have like the alliteration thingies. Do you have any?
The delightful dinosaur herself, Dinosaurus, and her story.
The dynamic Dina herself. Yeah.
The dynamic Dina herself.
Good job, guys. I'm proud
Threads
of you.
of Gold, a Midas retelling.
Hey, I'm here. Okay.
Dina, how did this story come to you? Did you choose the legend? And what was important to you when you were making it your own story?
I chose the legend because I was catering to the editor. I knew that Ashley liked.
Ooh, you had it in.
Well, she said it on Don't Make It Weird, so all of you guys should probably subscribe and listen to our episodes. She definitely said it on Don't Make It Weird, and she was like, I really love Midas, and we had like a bonding moment over it. And I was like, I'm gonna write about Midas, but actually, I didn't want to submit to this anthology at all. I didn't think I was good enough, and I wasn't going to. And then producer Sean, hey buddy, yelled at me and said that I absolutely had to. So I took a story that I already had out of a novel, and I took a chapter from that and I modified it to fit what Ashley wanted, just like Carter. So basically we're the same.
But so what's kind of interesting about your story is you take like this kind of super futuristic spy situation and you apply it to the Greek mythology. And I think that there was so much incredible world building that you did in a short period of time. How did you go about finding that kind of balance on giving us that great kind of interesting futuristic world and still kind of keep it true to the myth?
I don't know. I had a lot of really good CPs, critique partners. that helped me along the way. Hey, Jess. Hey, that's you. And Daniel. Daniel, you're okay.
She said really good, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm just adequate.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Because like I had this story, I wrote it out, and then I just kind of like sent it off to my trusted small group of people, and they were like, this doesn't match the myth, and you need to follow the prompt more. And Jess yelled at me quite a bit for not following the prompt as much.
I
and not
said it really
incorporating-
nicely.
You did, but in my head it was just screaming.
Can you just take a quick second to answer my mom's question real quick? She wants to know about the sparkly gold top.
Yes,
It's not a question.
Yeah,
She
that's
just
not a question at all.
had a realization that that's why she's wearing gold.
I'm super vain.
I didn't read well. This is what
really
happens.
egotistical. I need you to shut up, Daniel. Thank you. I'm super vain and egotistical, as I was saying. And I had to match my character, who's a spy and wears gold.
I feel that. I spent so long looking for a bull minotaur outfit in my closet. Apparently, I don't have one. So, yeah. Dina, something that stood out for me in your story was the theme of trust, not just trusting when you should, but trusting someone else's judgment, trusting your gut, and the times where you're trusting when you shouldn't be. So why is this theme of trust so important to you? How do you think your experiences have driven the story, and how do you think this ties into the themes of the anthology?
Yeah, my goal, like, because I have like I have one main character, but like then there's the best friend or like the sidekick or whatever for my character, and like overall I wanted to really push kind of along the lines of hope, but mainly it was trust, because my character has so much growth in such a short amount of time, where she has to learn how to trust people around her, and then who not to trust, and then trusting herself as well, and like going through this theme of independence where she has to go off on her own. And that's just something that's been in my life, I guess, trying to trust myself and learning who I can and can't trust, and like the theme of friendship and growing through that.
So I need you to put this. There's been rumors going around. There's been salacious thoughts going on. Can you put to rest the rumor that I am your sidekick in this story?
So the rumor is that Dina is secretly in love with Daniel.
Yeah.
She does say in it, "My best friend, my world." So Dina, are you or are you not secretly in love with Daniel?
I am here to confirm that I am not in love with Daniel at all. Nope.
Sorry, guys.
He wasn't in my story at all. For anybody that like, I'm really big into writing Easter eggs. Anybody that knows me knows that I love to incorporate Easter eggs. I didn't fucking write Daniel Quigley into my story, guys. He's not there.
I wrote you into my story. That's fine.
I know you did, but that's fine.
I wrote kind of "Don't make it weird" into my story. A little scrunchy.
Yeah, no, I'm not in love with Daniel. He's not in my story at all whatsoever. Fuck off. No. God damn it.
Keep asking her though, just in case.
Don't send me another goddamn message asking me.
Okay, wild card question. Who would win in a battle of wills? Your main character in Threads of Gold, Acadia, Midas, or the main character of your upcoming debut novel, Nothing Special, Paisley Adams? Who would win in a battle of wills?
Part of the Discerners trilogy.
Paisley's.
Oh my god.
Right?
Is this what you guys feel like when I ask you these questions? This is really hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Because they're both stubborn bitches from what I've read.
Yeah, they are. I think that Paisley Adams would win. She's more like.
I'm sorry. Please use her full. Please use her.
Paisley
use her full
fucking
name.
Adams would win.
Thank you.
She's way more stubborn. She would like drive her nails in. Yeah, she wouldn't.
Can I ask you one more off the wall question, Dina?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. If you think that's weird, you should see my.
Oh damn it! If you think that's weird, you should see. Panicking. If you think that's weird, you should see my. You should see my fish.
Look at Daniel asking all. Oh my god.
Wait, hold it like a Tinder guy.
Yeah. Perfect. That
Wait,
is
I
weird
need to pretend like this is a hat.
Amazing.
Oh, the twin. Yeah,
Swipe
Tinder.
whatever
Yeah.
the direction
Yep.
is the good one.
Swipe it.
Is
Yeah.
it right or is it
I
swipe
don't
right?
know.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, it was after my dating time.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with the fish now, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So again, guys, you can check out the Heroes Anthology. It's coming at you March 31st. It's almost here. But before we get out,
Cumulating at you.
Right at. We're gonna bring back some of these authors. We're gonna get a quick Q&A. We're gonna get some of them back on here. So anyone who's in the chat, anyone who's got some thoughts, anyone who's got some questions, we're gonna go ask them some stuff. We're gonna see what they're up to right now in their writing projects and get on in it.
That's what she said.
I closed the chat. So do you guys notice how gold is basically yellow? So Midas just turns everything into yellow, which according to Don't Make It Weird. Sorry. Midas turns everything into poop.
Yep. Are we
For those of you who aren't familiar with our game, if you hear the buzzer, that means we're supposed to drink because someone said a specific word that triggers a buzzer.
Yeah. Are we bringing in some people for the Q&A, buddy?
Yeah, we certainly can. I was waiting to see if we had questions in the chat, and I wanted to take this opportunity to remind you all that you have an opportunity to win a paperback copy of the book if you go check out Lost Boys Press on Twitter. Find the tweet from 15 minutes after the hour, about an hour and 20 minutes ago, and quote tweet with the word rise to enter.
Yes, sir. So, I don't know, Dina, while we're waiting for some of our friends in, what are you working on right now? What's in your writing world?
Oh, are we like just
Yeah, we're
okay?
getting my Q&A, man. Let's do this.
I am currently working on book 2 of the Discerners trilogy. Book 1 will be out in 2023. And it's really hard to write a book when you have a contract already because I've never been through this kind of pressure.
Yeah. I'm with you.
What are you working? Oh. How many Office references? Wait, do we need to read that question out loud?
Yeah.
I think we should. Rebecca McLoughlin is asking, Dina, how many Office references are there in your story?
I think there's only one. I think
she wouldn't remember, Rebecca. She wouldn't. She probably has 14 in there. She just forgot all of them.
That's true. I have a really bad memory. No, I think that there's 2.
Yeah.
Let's get some authors back in here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's bring them in, man. And
so
guys,
we have a question from Christopher Smith. He wants to know, what's your favorite story other than your 3 stories? So we'll actually direct that question to anyone.
I don't want to answer.
Any of the authors backstage, if you want to pop in and answer this question, raise your hand or give me a thumbs up, and I'll bring you in.
So while we're waiting on them, I mean, obviously I'm incredibly biased. And listen, it's hard to pick because when I say that every story in this anthology is a banger, they're all bangers. There's no weak story in here. Obviously, I'm incredibly biased. I love Jess's story. I love Dina's story, and Steven's story, and Chris's. Those I picked 4 here. Those would probably be. I'm not gonna put them in order, and I'm not saying that they're my top, but those were 4 that I freaking loved. Chris's Gilgamesh, Steven's Robin Hood, Jess's Minotaur, and Dina's Midas. I mean, freaking awesome stories.
I don't think I really had a favorite, which is such a cliche cop-out answer. I really enjoyed Chris's world for Gilgamesh. I can't pick our 3 stories, obviously. And Pixis was an absolute mind fuck. Like, what that... Yeah, that was really good. Stevens made me laugh a lot, too. I can't really think. Michael's Viking story was really good.
God, yeah, that's what said that.
I felt really it felt really realistic, you know?
Yeah.
And I also liked Madeline's because it made me I imagined everything happening at the same time.
What about you, Jess? What were some of your favorites?
I'm not picking favorites, but what I want to say is that what is done very well, and I think Ashley curated really well, is that everyone is something for everyone. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of story you like. There's something in it for you. And I think that something that I really liked was how everyone, it's blended, every single genre is blended very well with completely different themes and tones, yet they go together very well. So I think every author is their own special snowflake in this snow globe.
Snowflake and a snow globe. That was cute.
All right. So RDD is asking in the chat, was there any intimidation in trying to take these larger-than-life legends and create them anew in your own stories?
Are we getting any of our other authors in here that want to take some of these, man? We'd love to hear from you guys.
Anyone want to step up? Let me know.
Matthew, Charlie, Steven.
Yay, there we go.
Michael. There you
Yay!
go.
I'm back.
Charlie!
We're going to destroy this place. Okay.
I was super intimidated, and I don't think I don't know if I did it justice, but that could be imposter syndrome talking.
You did
I feel like I've gotten a lot of hate on it, but it's okay.
There's been zero hate. Hey, Douglas!
Hey!
There we go. We got him back.
Michael!
All right, so
here.
Yep. Charlie Stardust, did you feel any intimidation taking on these larger-than-life stories?
I don't think I was intimidated like when I was writing it. But after it got accepted, I was like,
right?
Oh no. And then through the whole editing process, like Brett was amazing, an amazing editor. I loved working with her, but I was just like, oh God, did I really do this? Did I really write this story? And the draft that I submitted that got accepted was like, I want to say it was only like less than 10 words below the maximum word count. So as we were editing, we edited a lot of words out, and I was just like, man, I can't believe I did this. This really sucks.
And I got to ask you, Charlie, how much boba tea were you drinking when you wrote this story?
I try to have boba tea like once a week at least. I just really love.
I love that for you.
So wait, okay, wait. I gotta tell a little bit of a story, Charlie, because when I was reading your story, I was like a little bit triggered because the last time I had boba tea, I got boba tea with my friend, and then we went to Red Robin, not a sponsor, yum. And as we were sitting there eating fries, I literally projectile vomited boba everywhere in this restaurant. So I was sitting here reading your story, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up." It's
you didn't have
story,
residual throw ups.
It's there. I keep reading boba, and it's gonna happen. I don't know what to do.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Really funny.
Oh,
There should
Dina,
be
you
a
ruined boba
disclaimer.
for everyone.
You're welcome, world.
All right, Douglas, what about you, man? Any intimidation on this?
Quite the opposite. I felt like, sweet, I already have the story in place. I can just put my own spin on it. I don't have to worry about structuring things. I felt like, because I'm an inherently lazy person, so that was very, very liberating for me.
Lazy people unite, baby. Love it.
Yes.
Sir. Man, Douglas just
I would unite, but
on
I'm too lazy to get off my chair.
Oh my goodness, Michael! What about you, buddy? Any intimidation bringing that Beowulf magic?
No, I was thinking my teeth in the Beowulf was planned. I'm like, I almost felt like I was destined to do it. But what I'm gonna say though is like compared to like everybody else's, like mine is real basic. I just went with the let's put Beowulf in Nazi Germany. Everyone's like fighting mythical beasts in different galaxies, and I'm like, I just changed continents, and not even really. I mean, I just kind of changed islands in a continent. So it's like, yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah, listen, if Indiana Jones has taught us anything, fighting Nazis is always the right answer. So
right.
What about you, Matt? Because I got to ask, man. Like everyone else is kind of picking legends where they're kicking ass, and there's some fighting, there's some action elements, there's some stuff like this. Picking Pandora, there's no sword fighting in Pandora, man. What was intimidation like?
Sorry, had to get my drink.
Hi, Laura. Hi,
All right.
Laura.
Say hi to everybody.
Laura Siadak is an
Sorry about
incredible
that.
artist. If you guys ever want to
We
check
love
out her
you.
paintings, go online to Twitter. It's amazing.
Look at the back
Go
of his
online to
wall right
Twitter.
there.
Yeah, they're over here. I have some for art and some of my daughter's art. What was the question? Sorry, I was a little bit distracted.
No, hey,
I
you
didn't
pick it-
hear it either. So
Was
you're
there the intimidation of picking on, a larger than life character, and especially for you with Pandora, man, this isn't like the sword swinging, one liner character. You picked someone that is a much more nuanced take.
Yeah, it was definitely very intimidating, and I always have a hard time putting myself into an established mindset. But it was a lot of fun exploring. Again, as I said earlier, just that burning curiosity is something that's been with me my entire life. Anytime, week before Christmas, 2 weeks, I'd be like, what did you get me for Christmas? I want to open my presents right now. And just that burning curiosity, the need to know, not liking surprises, and just what's in the damn box. It just spoke to me.
Yeah. And what about you, Steven? You took on the classic of all classics. Was there any intimidation there, or are you just like, I know I'm amazing, it's all good?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. No, I just figured so long as I made it more entertaining than the Russell Crowe film, I was pretty much onto a winner.
Thank you.
But it also helped to just have a pre-made plot already, essentially, so I could just do what I wanted to do and dance around it and layer it with sort of the aesthetic that I wanted. So no, I didn't feel too much in the way of intimidation.
Madeline, what's up, buddy? Welcome back.
Yeah, I would say I was a little bit nervous, but that wasn't another story that I wanted to tell. I tossed around a few other myths that I might want to go into, but I just kept coming back to the same one. So I was like, gonna go for it.
Okay, all right. And also, I just got to ask you real quick, what's it like, being a CP for Michael? I mean, is it traumatizing? Is it scary? I mean, do we need to send you chocolates? I just want to know.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say no to chocolates. No, it's great. It really makes the work a lot better.
I love it. So, all right. So, guys, before we get out of here, because I know we're kind of getting up against it on time, I want to kind of go around and just tell me what you're working on. Tell me what we can kind of expect from you. Maybe, plug a little something if you want to plug a little something. Or if you want to tell Dina she's pretty, you can do that too. Whatever your heart wants.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go first.
Yeah, Jess, go.
Dina, you're so gorgeous, and I need you to know that every single day I wish that I woke up to your beautiful, beautiful face. Okay, next person.
Yes, I feel the same way.
All right, and Dina's
About
just
your
put
home
in her
face?
divorce paperwork to
No,
move in with Jess.
about your face.
Jess, I know a lot of it is super secret and under wraps. Is there anything you can reveal to the audience about some of what you're working on?
I mean, it's not a super secret, but I am working on a novel. It's just that I am really bad at writing.
That's
so.
not true. There will be no
Not true.
Jess slander.
No Jess slander
on this live show.
I meant like getting myself to write, but also yes, the words are the words make it real bad.
By the way, Jess, I need your next chapter on our book.
I know. Oh, so yeah, I'm co-writing with Dina. I don't write anything.
All right, Michael, what about you, buddy? What's in the works, man? What are you working on right now? What can we see next from you?
So, I mean, my kid stuff is kind of rocking and rolling, but what you'll actually be seeing in your inbox either later tonight or tomorrow is going to be my first crack at an adult novel called Shadowfire. It's a post-apocalyptic, non-dystopian fantasy with demons, vampires, and angels.
I'm incredibly glad I agreed to beta read this. I'm super excited now. Fuck yeah. Douglas, man, what about you? What's going on out there in Japan?
Yes, so as I mentioned before, I've been doing this retelling of Norse mythology. It's tentatively titled Life After Dusk. Dragon is part of that universe, and I'm like pretty much done with the first draft. Now I'm just looking for people to read the damn thing. So if anyone would be interested, that would be awesome.
Oh, we got one.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, there you go. See, we're building bridges, connecting people. That's perfect, man. I'm excited. To check that out. Charlie, what about you, buddy? What's going on?
Well, first off, Dina, you look amazing tonight.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Second, I'm actually working on an R&R for a novel right now. So maybe that'll be coming to you, cumulating to you like sometime in the future. pleasure.
Thank you.
Full circle. Thank you,
Full
Charlie.
circle. Yeah, I'm sure you're definitely not going to rip my heart out again, Charlie. No, it's fine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
it's okay.
not.
Yeah. And Steven, what
Rip
can
his
we
heart
expect from you, buddy?
I recently finished a short story based on the Battle of Agincourt, for throwing some mages in there and a sort of like epic fantasy type thing. So just finished that, and I'm also working on a grief horror novella that I'm planning to sub to 2 places that close on the 1st of April. So I'm going to be doing nothing but editing that for about 2 days straight, and then firing it off. So that's about it.
You and that dang horror.
Damn, man. Yeah, you just want to make sure Dina never reads your stuff. Is that right?
Well, Robin the Hood had jokes.
Shout out, Mr.
Yeah.
He's like, you get one story, Dina. You get one.
That's it.
And
Mr. Mountain's not scary, so.
my main man, Matthew Siadak. Let's talk a little backwards night. Let's talk a little bit about what you're writing, man.
Let's talk about it. Working on it, working through Ashley with developmental edits, going through her feedback, working on doing a little bit of world building. Almost every day I'm working on it. Worked on a short story for the Great Wars Anthology that isn't closed yet. Working on a piece for the Ignite e-zine, sent those off. So doing what I can to get some words out into the world.
Hey, that's awesome. And shout out, that's the next anthology coming out from Lost Boys Press, Great Wars. Man, that submission deadline's coming up, so this is like last chance, man.
3 days.
Yes, sir. And Madeline, what's up? What you working on?
I'm about to go out on sub with a novel, and then the book I'm working on now is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. So I'm really excited about that. I just got to finish the damn thing.
I hear you. Hey, congratulations! And as soon as you get that thing published, I know some people on a writing podcast that you can come and hang out with. No big deal.
So true. Keep in mind. Yeah. Oh, I forgot, Dina. Your hair is beautiful, and I need your regimen.
Thank you.
There's a bonnet involved.
Yeah, there is. You have to wear a bonnet at night. If you're willing to do that, then I can help you.
Yeah,
like a baby's bonnet. Is that
like exactly like a baby's bonnet, except
Perfect.
it's silk? So,
all right.
My brother makes fun of me all the time because it's literally, yeah, it's like, yeah, okay.
Laura Jane, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Still awake out there with us on the Euro time zone?
Yeah, oh my goodness, it's like 10 to 3, so it's late.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, man, were you out partying?" Nah, I was
No,
podcasting.
I was talking my books.
Stay strong, Laura. Stay strong.
Steven's out here like ready to die too, so it's fine.
I know my fiance's like alarm set for like 3 hours from now, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Like
She's got an early morning.
If I don't get 9 hours of sleep, I'm dead. Okay.
Every parent in this room hates you, Dina.
Triggered. You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So Laura, what are you working on? What can we expect from you?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like putting the finishing touches to my manuscript. I have an agent where I'm just kind of like working on the edits with that. It's like a haunted hotel novel, so it's been really fun, and hopefully it'll go out on sub. So hopefully in the next few months, if this round of edits kind of goes well, and so that's that.
Same thing. Just remember to don't make a weird podcast when you become rich and famous. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, dude, I don't think any of us write to become rich or famous. I don't think
you're
that
right.
it is not the industry.
Outstanding. And man, guys, we're getting towards the end here. We're about to start wrapping up here in a second. But before you guys get out of here, we're just going to go real quick around the room. Tell people where they can find you on Twitter. If you got a website, something that you want to put up. We're just gonna give a quick shout out so the folks at home can find you guys. All right, Jess, where can the folks find you?
Oh God, I'm on Twitter at Jess LT Writes, and also I have a website, jessltong.com.
And Charlie, where can the folks find you?
I'm on Twitter at Charlie with just an I _bone. I also have a website, thefaerth, FAERTH.com.
Perfect. Matthew Siadak.
Yes, sir. Twitter, msidak, and website, backwardsnight.com.
Stephen Howard.
Yeah, on Twitter at SteveJHoward, and my website is stephenhowardblog.wordpress.com.
And Michael.
You can find me on Twitter at Michael J Writing, and if you want to look me up on my website, it's dreamthinkwrite.com, because first you dream it, then you think it, then you write about it.
Perfection. Douglas.
I'm on Twitter at Douglas Jern, and I also have a website, douglasjern.com. You can check that out.
All right. Laura.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Laura McLoughlin.
And Madeline.
I'm on Twitter at Madeline_Dau, and my website is madelinedau.com.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Man, this has been a little bit of a journey. This has been exciting. We got to meet some new people. We got to talk about these stories. Dina, how nervous are you? It's almost time.
I don't want to think about it.
I'm
really scared. I've never had my words out there like that, so I'm scared.
It's very stressful.
And Jess, what about you? Final thoughts before we wrap up.
I interviewed you guys, and I wasn't terrible.
You
Jess,
did
you're
really
amazing
good.
at everything.
No, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, damn, Jess is a better interviewer than me, and she should definitely take over the show. Because I literally just talk about potatoes and like get distracted really easily.
I forgot potatoes existed even, so that's my bad.
Hey, that's perfect. And so, hey, Sean, you want to talk about the giveaway one last time before we get out of here?
Yeah, so at about 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, Lost Boys Press on Twitter tweeted about the Heroes Anthology. If you quote tweet that and you add the word Rise, you will be entered to win a paperback copy of Heroes.
And guys, let me just tell you what. Everything Lost Boys Press is doing in honor of Dina is turning to gold. There are so many great stories out there, not only from just Chad and Ashley. I mean, you guys can check out, because everything is on sale right now. We've got Not Meant for Each Other anthology, the Chimera anthology. We've got Garden of the Golden Children, A Map to the Stars, Ghost River, and again, March 31st, we've got the Heroes anthology coming at you. We are so excited that you guys joined us, that you guys stuck around. We love all of you, man. I love this writing community. You guys make everything we do incredibly exciting. You can check out the Don't Make It Weird podcast. We get live every Monday. We talk about books. We talk about comedy. We tell life stories. We find out some of Dina's trauma as we go. And man,
It's so fun.
Hey, Sean, where can they find all the Don't Make It Weird podcast information, man?
You can check us out. It's store, Dina. I'm gonna have to just add that as a new address. Okay, so you can find our website at dmiwpodcast.com, our merch store at store.don'tmakeitweird.net, and you can follow us on Twitter at dmiwpodcast.
All right, Dina, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DinosaurusD. That's D like there's notes.
D. You can find me on Twitter at DanQ That's DanQ Writes Things singular.
It's donk.
Dang, it's donk.
It's donk with a French accent.
And huge shout out to the legend himself, Chad Ryan. He's got his Twitter handle at Writing Is War. We've got Ashley Hutchison at Ashley Editorial. Guys, we love you all. We will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy all the stories.
Shout out to Sean for keeping us all here.
Producer Sean's a legend, baby.
Daddy Podcast.
Papa Sean.
Podcast Daddy.
Hey, there he is.
Great job, everybody.
Jazz hands.
Love you guys.
Woo.